IntoResin have kindly sent me out these gorgeous moulds to try out today. So first of all, these ones are the handmade Snowman icicle mould, and you've got 3 different types of that. You've got A, B and C, and these are sold individually, or you can buy them as the set of 3. So that's those ones, and I'll unpack all these in a minute. And then this one is called Handmade Cat Lying on a Cup mould, and when I saw this one I had to choose this one because it reminded me of a vase that I have that used to belong to my mum and dad. It's this one here. So I thought I'd try and do that today in that sort of colour. So I'll just get these unpacked, and then I can get some resin mixed up, and then we can get pouring. I've mixed up some T-Expert 1:1 resin, and I've just popped that through my vacuum chamber for 5 minutes just to remove any bubbles. And I think with these makes today, I'm just going to keep them nice and simple, and we're going to do the 3 snowmen in just plain clear resin. So I'm just going to top these up, well, not top them up, but like fill them up with just plain. These moulds from Into Resin are so beautiful. I think sometimes we can just get a bit carried away with them and add so much to them, when the actual moulds are so beautiful on their own. They don't always need things added. So we're just going to keep it nice and simple. And I think with the cat, I'm just going to add a little bit of the blue alcohol ink from Let's Resin, just to see if I can get the sort of colour match from that original cat and mouse vase that I've got. So nice simple makes today. Nothing too over the top. Not sure if I've actually made enough. Yeah, maybe I have. Should be okay. Just going to top these 3 up. So that's those all nicely topped up. And let me just get a little stick there, because I think here in the snowman's nose, I think there's a couple of bubbles. Yep, that bubble's just come out there. And then the same with this one. Just going to gently ease that bubble out. You can see those come into the surface. And the same with that one there. Right, that's released those bubbles. Right, so next, let's just scoot these over, and then we can do the putty cat in the cup. So I'm just going to add some of the azure blue to the resin. Just going to start by adding a couple of drops first. Say 4, I think. And then get that mixed in. So again, nothing too drastic, just nice and simple. I think that needs maybe a little bit more. Just going to add another one, I think, and get that mixed in. That's all mixed in now, and I'm just going to use some 99% alcohol and just give a little squirt down into there, because the cat is laying in this section here of this mould. So I'm just going to slowly pour this in and let it find its own way into all that detail. Go about halfway, and then I'm just going to give this corner bit of a squish just to make sure there's no bubbles trapped into that area there. You can't actually see down into there, so just going to give that a little squeeze and then top that one up. So that's that one all filled up. Right, I have made way too much up. I've still got 100 mil left there, so I'll have to find something for those. So now I'm just going to give them all just a quick spritz over the top with some 99% alcohol. Pop that bubble there that's come up to the surface. Hopefully I've not got any trapped in the mouse. The mouse is in the other bowl that I had in the cat. So we're just going to leave these to cure now, and then I'll see you back for demold. These are all cured up now, and with the extra resin I did have enough to do 2 extra Into Resin Moulds. So let's just pop these ones out first. That's a gorgeous heart mould, so that's that one. And this one is the phone stand with the paw prints. So let's pop this one out. Oh, that's so pretty. And you've got the 3 little paw prints there, and that paw print there has got a little love heart in the middle. Adorable. And your phone just stands in that bit there. So it'll stand up like that. Beautiful. Right, so with the snowman, it does say, and I forgot to mention earlier, important tip, the scarf part needs to be carefully debubbled, otherwise the finished product may be missing the scarf. So fingers crossed I've done this okay. So let's pop these out. Pop that out of there. Oh, let's pull that bit out, that scarf bit there. That goes quite deep in there, I think. There we go. So I don't know if you can see, but in there, oops, is where that you need to be careful, right down into that bit there. So let's have a look. Oh, wow. He's gorgeous. Look at him. How lovely is that? And the ends of the scarves are all like frosted there. Lovely. Let's have a look. Any bubbles? No, no bubbles. Crystal clear. Lovely. So that's that one. Let's try this one. Oh, just check his nose. Oh, his nose is fine as well there. Look. Managed to get those little pesky bubbles out of his nose. Fingers crossed this one's okay as well. So again, be careful with that scarf. There we go. Oh, I didn't do quite as well with that one. I've got a bubble missing there and a bit missing there. This top bit there. Don't think I've got it stuck down in the mould. No, just have to be more careful. There's like quite a hole there. I didn't realise when pouring it. So that's that one. But what I can do is I can chop that bit off. If I can find my cutters. I'll do that in a bit. I have to find my cutters. I don't think the scissors will do it, will they? Oh yeah, they will. So I can always chop that bit off there. And then that bit there I can fill with some UV resin. So that looks better. And once that's filled, be fine. Let's check his nose. Nose is intact. Lovely. Right, okay, I'll sort that one out later. Right, so fingers crossed with this one. Got that little bobble bit on the top there. So let's check the scarf on this one. Oh, that one's okay. Perfect. They're gorgeous, aren't they? His little bobbly bits okay at the top there. Check his nose. Perfect. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm glad I just did them clear. Right, so that's our 3 snowmen. We'll put them to one side for a minute. And let's have a look at the cat. The cat on the cup. Right. Might have to get this one out off camera. Let's have a quick go here first. Might be okay. If I can just get my fingers around that bit. Oh yeah, it's coming, it's coming. Oh, huffing and puffing. Get the middle section out. Come on, out you come. Oh, and the puddy cat. Right, oh, that popped back in nice and easy. So, oh, look at that. Isn't he gorgeous? Oh, and there's a little lion on the front there with a little hook like a doorknob. Oh, and there's one on the back as well. Isn't that adorable? I love that. Right, so next I think we need to fix this little fella here. So let's just have a little tidy up. Right, so let's fix this little fella here. So I'm just going to put some tape onto the back of that bit there, just to hold that in. See if I can curve it around a bit. And I'm going to be using the Let's Resin UV bonding resin because it'll cure quicker. So get that off of there. I'm just going to put a blob of the resin into that little hole there, and then give that a cure. And this bonding resin only takes about 10 seconds to cure, so not long at all. So that should be okay. So let's peel that off. See how that's looking. Need to add a little bit more there. So I'll put my tape back. That might help if I use the sticky side. Pop that there. And then I'm just going to add another little drop into that section there. Take it to the end. And then cure that. Again, just doesn't take long to cure at all, this bonding UV. Nice and quick and easy. Quick fix. Right, let's see how that's looking. That's better, isn't it? You'd hardly know there was anything wrong. I think it does need just a touch more there. So let's just put that back on there. Unless we can just trim that bit off. Let me see if I can find my snips. Actually, I think I'll just use a file and just round off that edge there with a file. See if that does the trick. There. Just file that little bit down on the end there. There we go. So that's looking much better. You'd hardly know if you didn't know, would you? Right, so how should we finish these snowmen off? First of all, they're going to need some holes in the top. So I'm just going to get my drill and pop a little hole in the top of each of these, and then I'll be back. I've drilled holes in the tops of all of these, and I've already put the 2 loops on this one. So I've just got this one to do. So I've used the Green Stuff World instant glue and just going to add some of that glue just to the screw end of that, whatever that's called. I can't remember what it's called now. Words have gone. So just going to screw that into the top. Get that in there. And the glue will hold that in place as well. So facing that to the front, just going to give that a quick squirt with some activator spray. Just speeds up the curing of the glue. So that's our 3 snowman with their loops ready. And I do want to keep these plain. I don't want to be doing too much to them. I mean, you could colour in the hats and the scarves, but I think they do need some faces, don't they? So I'm going to start off with an orange and do their little noses in orange, I think. Give them the little carrot noses. So that's that one. Do the same to the other 2. So that's that one. And then the same with this one. There. Pretty. So that's their noses all done. And next I've got a black fine liner pen, and I'm just going to colour in their eyes. So there and there. And then also their little smiley face. And then I've got a pink metallic pen to give them their little rosy cheeks. So a little bit there. And where's the indent? There. So there's his rosy cheeks. So I'll just quickly do the same thing to the other 2. So his little eyes. Oh, this one's eyes are close together. An old saying used to be, never trust someone that's eyes are close together. I don't know. Old wives' tales. So there's his little smiley face, and we'll give him some pink cheeks. So that's that one. And then the last one. Oh, his eyes are close together as well. That's his eyes done. And a little smiley face. And his little pink cheeks, because he's out in the cold. There. So there's little faces. Right, so next, let's do this next. Let's just pop these to one side for a minute. And I'm going to keep this quite simple as well. And I think all that I want to do on here is just colour in that collar on the cat and give that a little silver collar. So keeping it nice and simple. And I think the only other thing that I want to do is the little ring on the lion. So that one there, and that side there. So that's that one done. Love that. That's beautiful. Cute. Right. So that's that done, and I've coloured in that. I can't remember if I told you that earlier, but I've coloured in the pores on that, and I've also coloured in the little heart in that one. Right, back to the snowman. So we've done that, and I've got this ball link chain. So I've cut 3 pieces all to the same length. It comes with these little bits to join it together. So I've got 3 of those, and then I'm just going to put that through the top, and then you join it together using these. So one ball goes in that end. If I can get it in there. Where is it? There. Oops. Fiddly. Right, you have to slot it in. Come on. In you get. There we go. And then the same with the other end. So just put that into that little slot and then pull it. So that will hang like that. Nice and simples. So I'm just going to do that to the other 2. So that's our 3 snowman all done. Snowman icicles. Aren't they adorable? They're gorgeous, aren't they? Right, and our little cat. Oh, and of course our little extras. Right, so let's pop these to one side for a minute, because I think we need to pick a winner for the giveaway. So there's lots of entries into the giveaway. There was 89 in total. So I've written down all your names on a piece of paper. So you're all on there, all the people with the correct answers. And of course the answer was that I live on a houseboat. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go old school, and I've got a hat that I made, little steampunk hat with a little bow on the back. So what we're going to do is I've got 89 balls here, and on my list I've given you all a number. So it starts off at number 1, finishes off at number 89. So each and every one of you have been given a number on there, and I've numbered all these little wooden beads. So they've all got a number on them, 1 to 89. So we're going to pop these into the hat. All those into there, and then we'll pick a number from the hat. So I'll just get all of these in here, pop those in there. Lots of entries. Thank you ever so much for all of you for entering into the giveaway. So that's all the beads in there. That a good shake up, and I think I'm going to cover up the top of the hat, give that another shake, and then I'm just going to pop my hand in there and have a good rummage around, and drum roll, and the winner is number 40. So you're the lucky winner of the £50 Amazon voucher. So let's have a look and see who's number 40. And number 40 is Lolly Crew 7276. Congratulations, Lolly, that's amazing. So you need to email me if you can with your contact details of what area you're in, and I'm sure, Lolly, you're in Scotland, aren't you? So drop me an email, honey, and I'll get you that £50 Amazon voucher. So thank you ever so much, everyone, for watching my video today. Thank you all so much for entering into the prize draw. And thank you to all my subscribers. You're all amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you to anyone that sent me a super thanks and a coffee last week and all the happy mail. It's so overwhelming and so much appreciated. Thank you all dearly for that. So thank you ever so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.